What's going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today, playing some Monster Legends. I want to thank you guys so much for coming out with me today. If you liked the video, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button to show your support. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe as well. Alright guys, today we're going to talk about Ingenica. I know I said yesterday I was probably going to do like an analysis on Fire Eel today. I lied. I'm a liar who lies about things, kind of what I do. So anyways, we're going to talk about Ingenica because it's kind of the new event deal. I do not have it. Alright, just going to say it. I don't have the Ingenica quest. Because I didn't get enough scrolls, because in all honesty, I wasn't super hyped about her myself, so it didn't happen. Didn't happen for me, but it is happening for you guys, right? So we're going to do a little analysis on her. Is she good? Is she bad? Is she really worth it? I was kind of disappointed. Like, I figured if you got all of the epics, you went through all the work to get them, they would, give you Ingenica or give you a really easy way of getting her, like a free-to-play method to get her out. And from what I've heard from my teammates is that is actually not the case. It's kind of a progressive island style deal where you do have to spend gems to get her, which I think is kind of stupid. If you went through all that work to get just the chance to get her, I don't know, kind of dumb, but whatever. It's not the point. The point of today is to talk about, is she worth actually getting? So we're going to jump into the analysis, and then we're going to talk about her. So let's go ahead and jump in, peeps. Alright, peeps, so here we are at the famous analysis page of Ingenica. Alright, so we're going to do like we always do, go through the stats, the skills, all that good jazz, where she fits in kind of stuff. A little tidbit here before we start. If any information here is incorrect, you can blame the Monster Wiki. It's not my fault, it's their fault. Okay, so don't blame me. It's not my fault, peeps. Alright, so with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about Ingenica. Alright, so first up, her stats. She's got 3,465 base power, which isn't bad. It's a pretty solid power stat. You can run damage dealer on that just fine. Her life, 30,461, not a bad life stat. It's not like super tanky, but it's definitely not a squishy life stat either. And her speed is actually really impressive at 3,553, but the big problem with her speed stat is she's not a denial, so that speed stat doesn't really matter all that much, but whatevs, alright? She does have the tough trait, which is fantastic. Tough traits are very good. It's what the generals have. It's a really great trait, so there's nothing wrong with that. Really solid. She is in 3 different books, the mechanical, the exclusive, and in the female book. Not bad for being in the exclusive category. If you don't have any exclusive monsters, that's always nice. Plus, obviously, she's fire and legendary. Alright? She does have 2 relic slots, the amulet and the staff. There are some really good staff relics that I know of. We'll talk about that some other day. I keep saying that, I never do it, but one day we're going to talk about it, people, promise. Alright? So, jumping down to her special skill, it is called, I can't read it, something, something, something. Programmed obsolescence. There you go. Haha, I can read words. This is a 50 power fire-based AoE that's going to not only apply possession to all enemies, it's going to remove all positive status effects, and it's also going to apply trait disabled to all enemies. Now, I'm not a hundo sure how trait disabled works yet. If it is able to be blocked by bulwark, hardened, and tough, etc., it's going to be a pretty trash status effect, because that's kind of the big driver for it, in my opinion, is to get around those. If it does go through those, it'll be a little more useful. If it doesn't, it's trash, okay? If it does not go through those, it's butt crack. Don't even worry about getting this chick. She will be absolutely useless for your team, pretty much. If it does go through it, then she's got some usefulness. Not a bad special, though. With the AoE Possess, that's never bad. Plus removing positive effects and the trait disable. Extra bonus stuff, right? Right. So moving over into her regular skills, we've got my favorite trait. This is a 35 power special-based AoE, and this is going to remove all positive status effects from the enemy team and also disable the traits of the enemy team. Now, like I said, if it doesn't go through bulwark and stuff, it's trash, but if it does, it will have some uses. We'll talk about some more of that in a little bit, okay? Next up here is going to be personality confussion. It's pretty much the exact thing as the My Favorite Trait, just single target version. Going to do the exact same thing of trait disabled, and I actually don't believe that it removes positive effects though. But whatever. Still disables a trait, that's kind of the thing, right? Right. Alright, then you got the plasma gun over here. 65 power single target magic damage, so pretty solid for a damage dealing role in power stat wise. And this is going to remove positive status effects from one enemy. That's always nice. Alright, and removing positive status effects can actually really help you out a lot, trust me. I've seen it save my butt a few times. So not bad, plus the really high damage and 1 turn cooldown. Not bad, peeps. Not bad. Going down, we've got the stress test. This is a single ally skill, so it's going to buff one of your allies. It's going to give them double damage, artifact hater, and it's going to remove any negative status effects that they actually have on them. Now, I'm not 100% sure how Artifact Hater works. I just assume that it's going to be a bonus damage to artifact monsters. I'm not 100% sure what that will be, whether it'll be like a 50% damage bonus to artifacts, 80%, or double, I don't know. But it's going to be a damage buff versus artifact monsters, obviously, right? Right. Moving over, we got the Instruction Manual, another single ally buff. This one's going to give you Precision to one of your allies, and again, Artifact Hater to one of your allies while removing all negative status effects. So as you can see, a lot of buffing skills for your team and debuffing for the enemy, which kind of shows you that she's kind of in a supporty role there. Plus, Precision's definitely nice. It's always good to have. And since she has a double damage skill that also gives you Artifact Hater, you can stack those two together and give double damage and then Precision the next turn. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. The last one here on the list here is Taser Gun. Is a 50 power special base single target attack, which isn't bad. Special base is always nice. And this is going to apply Energy Leak to one enemy. That's never a bad thing. Energy Leak can really be annoying if it's on you, so obviously it's going to be good if you put it on somebody else, right? Right. Now, what about Ingenica? Is she like, when you pop up on the deal and you read it, she's one of the best monsters in the game. Is she? Is she really one of the best monsters in the game? I'm gonna say no, and not even like a soft no, a pretty hard no. She is not up there with the top monsters in the game at all. She does have some usefulness, but in my opinion, she does not warrant you spending any money to get her. All right, absolutely not. So, where would she run? You could run her as a damage dealer. She does have some decent. She has a 35 power AOE, not really that strong, but some heavy power single target damage. So it's not bad there. You can run her damage dealer. Probably not her strongest suit. I'd say she's best run in a support role. If you're going to go damage dealer, you can run 2 strengths and a speed, 2 strengths and a team speed. If you're going to go for a little more of a supporty damage dealer, kind of borders into the support territory actually, 2 team speeds and a strength will work just fine. Or you can go 2 speeds and a strength for more of a fast, because she's not going to do a lot of damage anyway, but that'll allow her to get her trait disabled out a little quicker. All right. Denial, absolutely not. She does not run a denial role. She has the speed for it. She doesn't have the skills for it. She has no actual crowd controlling effects other than her ultimate skill, which is kind of unreliable to, you don't rely on that for denial ever. So not really denial. You could run her with 3 speed though to help get that trait disabled off fast, because she will go before any other monster in the game pretty much, even if they both have all 3 10 speeds. And then obviously you could run her as support with all 3 team speeds, or like I said before, kind of the support damage hybrid with 2 team speeds and a strength, or 2 team speeds and a speed, if you want to make her a little faster. Now, the biggest reason I wouldn't run her as denial with 3 speed is because it's going to hurt your team, alright? Normally, your team is going to have a damage dealer, which is going to have some combination of strength runes and speed or team speed. A support monster, usually with 3 team speeds, so that's going to help get your denial fast enough to outspeed the enemy's team, because they're probably going to have a similar setup. And if you run Ingenica here with 3 speed to try to get that trait disabled off before your denial goes so you can deny everybody, you're going to be sacrificing some of that team speed, or you're going to have a team with very little damage, because you'll have 2 monsters with 3 level 10 speeds, and you're going to have 1 monster that either has 2 strengths and a team speed, or a strength and 2 team speeds, or just all team speeds. So you're going to lose a little bit of your damage, or you're going to lose a little bit of your speed. Neither of which is a really good answer, especially in top-end gameplay where you're generally facing people with at least 3 to 4 team speed runes in their team. And if you've just got level 3 speeds, they will outspeed you and you will get wrecked. It's going to happen. So, in my opinion, her strongest role is going to be support with 3 team speed. I don't know. It really depends on how her trait disabled works. Like I said, if it goes through bulwark and stuff like that and disables bulwark straight up, that's not bad and it will have uses. Especially against nemesis monsters like Warthak, who's very hard to crowd control. This won't be bad, but the biggest issue with it is to get it off really in a timely fashion, she has to go first before your denial, and it's just not really something that's feasible to happen very often. So, in my opinion, kind of a bust. I don't think she's really nearly as good as they're trying to crack her up to be. Pretty mediocre support in my opinion. There's much better ones out there, in my opinion, like I said. So up to you guys. If you really want her, go for her. She does make a pretty solid support, but trust me, there's better ones out there, guys. But that's going to wrap it up for this. We'll jump back, we'll finish things off, and that's going to be a day. Alright, peeps? Alright. Alright guys, so there you go. That is the analysis of Ingenica. I'm not super sold on her as like a really important one of the best monsters in the game kind of deal. She's okay, I guess, an alright support. I don't know. Not really my style, but hey, if you guys want her, now you know about her, okay? So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos, don't forget to leave those in the down there, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you liked the video, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button to show your support, and I will see you guys next time.